Okay. Hey everyone, Casualties Cameron here, coming at you today with another video. So today we're going to be getting into the Mario 64 PC port. I'm going to show you kind of how to get this up and running. So a couple of things. First and foremost, you're going to need to build a spaghetti cart, which we're going to get into here in a second. You're also going to need your own ROM. There is a couple of specifics you're going to need to know about that as far as sourcing your own ROM. Buy an N64 dumper. I've got one here. As far as other ways you might be able to obtain them, you're on your own on that one. But in any event, if we here is the actually I'm on the README. So here's the Spaghetti Cart GitHub page, which you can either search for in Google, or I'm going to go ahead and provide a link to this in the description. So if we scroll down here, they have a Discord. Should you feel the need to go in there, I wouldn't go in there and like start causing any trouble or being a jackass. Let's keep this, customary at least. So a couple things about the ROM that you're gonna need. It needs to be in Z64 format. If it's not for whatever reason, this tool, literally you're just going to browse your own files. You're going to go ahead and find yours, and then this will just convert it. It's pretty simple. If you've used any patchers to patch in ROM hacks to ROMs, the tool is really similar to that. So you've got your releases. Oh, and one more thing. It needs to be a US ROM. I have not tried to use European or Japanese. I did try to use the 1.1 version of the game, and it didn't want to work. So I had to switch to the 1.0 version of the ROM, and everything worked fine. If you're dumping your own ROMs, there's usually a way. I would Google. There's usually a way to tell what version you is. There's usually a marking on the cart, if I remember right. I'll go ahead and throw something up on the screen as far as like an identifier if I think about it before I get done editing this. But so we go here to releases. There's two releases right now. There's 0.9.9, and then there's 0.9.9.1. I have not actually even attempted to use this one. I just went into this. They've actually got it for Switch. I personally, with everything going on with Nintendo right now, I don't know if I'd screw with that too much, but you know, I'm flying close to the sun, I guess, just by disclosing this information. But if you want to like get really, really close to the point where you're lighting yourself on fire, go ahead with that. I've not tried the Steam Deck Linux version, but I'll probably at some point. We are here for the Windows build. So go ahead and pull up some files here and go to downloads, Spaghetti Cart, extract. I'm just going to extract it into my downloads here. So yeah, no, I don't care. Run anyway. It's going to say that the file is not found. So you're going to want to generate one. So this is the port itself. You hit yes. So what it wants now is your ROM. So I'm going to go ahead and go to desktop. And I actually pulled it out of the Mario Kart file. In 64. So this is the 1.1 that I tried to run earlier. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it looks unzipped. That might be why it didn't work. Anyway, so Mario 64, USA, open. Extraction process will now begin. You'll hit OK. It's going to throw a bunch of this crap at you. This is not anything that you need to understand. Just let it, it's going to run for a few minutes. So just let it do its thing. Nothing's wrong. Okay. And there we go. So a couple of things. If you have your controller handy. Hope I have desktop volume turned down in OBS. So I got my controller ready. Before we get into that, if you hit escape on your keyboard, this menu will pop up. So you can do a few things here. We're not going to get too into like I haven't looked into custom like 4K textures or anything like that. I don't even know if they're available yet for this. I'm assuming they are. It with the other N64 PC ports, it has not taken very long for them to come out. So if we go into graphics, we can do a few things here. So you can enable advanced settings, and then pick the aspect ratio of your monitor. If you've got an ultra wide, I've just got a regular widescreen. You can run it in the original aspect ratio if you want. You can do a custom. I am not sure why you'd want to run it in the 3DS aspect ratio on a PC. That sounds insane, but the option is there should you so choose. I went ahead and hit match refresh rate at 120 FPS. My monitor does go up to 165 hertz, but I cap everything at 120. It's just what I do. You can enable VSync. You can up the anti-aliasing. As far as resources, bear in mind my setup. My processor is an i9900K Intel, so it's kind of ancient at this point, but it was top of the line for 9th gen. And my video card is a 7800 XT AMD. So I'm not necessarily slacking too much in the graphics card department. My CPU definitely needs upgraded, but so with all of this in mind, I'm going to go ahead and exit out. I could probably, if we're being honest, I could probably upres this a little, or do the anti-aliasing even faster. We'll go ahead. And there it is. You're probably not seeing this in 120 FPS. I'm pretty sure you're seeing this in 30. But as you can see, this thing is running and running really well. There was a warning about FPS skips and stutters. I would imagine if you're probably running on a lower end PC, you might have issues with that. I have not. There is a full screen mode, which I am in windowed mode right now. Full screen runs just fine. So yeah, this is the port. The characters look a little pixelated, but other than that, everything looks great and looks smooth. Again, I'm going to look into 4K texture packs and the like with this. And once either those are either released or if they're already released, as soon as I like figure out how to load them in and whatnot, I'm gonna make a video about that here in a couple days, maybe a week. It just depends. But yeah, that is the Mario 64 PC port. Not much else to say, really. I've been Casualties of Gaming. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like this sort of, we'll call it entertainment, I guess. I'm going to be looking into more GitHub projects. I'm not going to completely, like, move away from the handheld stuff, but it's getting a little stale in my opinion. So I'm probably going to be looking into more projects like this and screwing around with them and maybe do some more instructional videos for you guys. So yeah, expect to follow up as far as like at the very least a 4K textures pack one, even if it's just a minute or two on how to get that up and running. But yeah, I've been Casualties Gaming, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.